Hey guys! Oh my god, it's been so long since I turned on the camera and filmed a video. It is just so weird to me because it's been like 2 years since I made a YouTube video. So here I am, and sorry to surprise you guys. And I'm sorry that I disappeared off YouTube space without talking to you guys about the reason why. But yeah, I'm ready to get back into it, and basically it's been a roller coaster these past 2 years. I still live in Tokyo, and if you guys follow me on Instagram, hello! You guys would have been following my journey on Instagram stories because I always post on my stories and I love sharing with you guys my experiences. And I always get a lot of people asking me on Instagram, you know, when are you gonna get back on YouTube? Are you gonna film and make videos again? And my answer has always been yes, one day I will get back into it, and the time has come. Now, the reason why I got off YouTube in 2017 was because that was the same year that I moved to Tokyo. And I just wanted to get off social media, stop making videos so I can just enjoy and embrace my new life. And I just loved it. Like every moment, I never regret getting off social media. I just loved it because I was able to focus on living my best life, enjoying everything around me in the moment without having to worry about documenting everything along the way. Now, with my schedule right now, it has changed. So, you know, when I first moved in 2017, I was a full-time student and I juggled 3 part-time jobs. And it was insane. Like I barely had enough time to do whatever I wanted to do or to have a social life. And then in 2018, I started working full-time, and I only went to language school for 1 year, and that was enough for me because I felt like after 1 year of going to language school, it was enough for me to grasp the basics. And then from then on, I felt like I was confident enough to self-study. So 2018, I just traveled here and there. I went to Kyoto, Osaka, Niigata for snowboarding. I still want to go to Hokkaido and Okinawa, but it depends on how my schedule goes. But basically 2018 was a really good year for me, and I was just working a lot and just it had like a good balance. So I felt like 2018 was a good year. And then 2019 was also another amazing year. There was a lot of changes. So I stopped working full-time from August because that's when I started going back into uni. So basically now I'm a full-time student and I work part-time remotely. There's just so much I want to do, guys. Like I'm that kind of person that feels like there's not enough time in the day. Like 24 hours is not enough. And sometimes I even feel like sleeping is a waste of time because there's just so much you can do, and I feel like sleeping is a waste. So like, you know, in a perfect world, I would multiply myself and have extra me's doing all the things that I wanted to do. And the kind of person I am is that I can be very spontaneous and random, which is why I picked up the camera and I'm filming today. So basically last night I was trying to sleep. It was like 12 a.m. and I couldn't sleep, and I just started thinking about YouTube, and I thought to myself, you know, what if you get back into YouTube? Like, you know, you're okay to get back into it now, Joanna. Like, you know, you're only studying, you're working 1 day a week, you know, maybe you can do it. So I started thinking about it and I was like, oh yeah, and I got really into it, and I started thinking about it, and I couldn't sleep because my mind is just like working. Like as soon as an idea strikes in my head, I just get so obsessed with it until I make it happen. Like I can't stop saying how excited I am because I was just thinking about all of the video ideas that I could do. And basically I'm going back to Tokyo next week, next Thursday. And I already have a couple of ideas of what I want to film. I'm just really excited to show you guys my favorite places to go to eat and things to do in Tokyo, because since being in Tokyo for a few years now, I have kind of gotten like my way around the city, and I've already have some places that I might go to. I have my favorite food spots, I have my favorite places where I like to shop. So I'm definitely taking you guys with me and sharing these places with you guys. So next time you go to Tokyo, you can visit those places that I've showed you. But yeah, life in Japan has been amazing, guys. Like I settled into my new life really easily, and I felt really comfortable really quickly, which was great because some people have trouble settling in and they feel kind of alone. So in Japan, when you live there, it's so easy to feel alone. You know, you're by yourself and you have to make new friends from scratch, and especially when you don't speak a lick of the language, it's going to be a struggle. But for me, because I enrolled straight into language school, it was so easy for me to kind of make a little support group from my classmates. So we were able to kind of hang out together, and it just made settling in so much easier. And for me, like, I love Asia. I've traveled around Asia before. So, you know, to me, it just felt like home. When I look back into my time in 2017, it was just such a great year. And I recommend it to anybody. Like, for me, it was easy because I had nothing holding me back. Like, when I first planned my Japan move, it was in middle of 2016. And I was gonna turn 25 in 2017. And I thought to myself, oh my God, 25, that's going to be a quarter of a century. And I started getting like a quarter life crisis, which is a bit silly. And I just thought to myself, and I felt pressured, and I just, you know, said to myself, you know what, like, you know, you have nothing holding you back. Why don't you just go for 6 months and see how you like it? And, you know, you're ticking off, you know, a goal in your bucket list, and I love doing that. So I started planning for a couple of months. I made sure I had enough money in the bank, and I made sure that I organized my apartment and looking for a job. So looking for a job was really important because I didn't want to come into the country and then having to struggle looking for a job for like a couple of weeks. And so I just started looking in advance because I want to be prepared. I also self-taught myself like the basic katakana and hiragana. My life in Japan has been amazing so far, guys. Like, I love it so much, and basically now I split my time half in Sydney and half in Japan because of my uni. I just have to come back to Sydney for my uni exams, and then I just end up staying here during the summer. So I stay here to kind of get away from the Japanese winter, because the Japanese winter is just insane, guys. Like, I can't deal with it. Like, my first Japanese winter in 2017, I was dying. Like, it was so cold for an Aussie. I'm not used to it. I remember during the winter in Japan, I laid 5 pieces of clothing. I had 2 heat techs from Uniqlo, and then I had a sweater, and then I had like a Uniqlo padded vest, and then I had my coat and a scarf. So I was bundled up like a potato. And if you've been to Japan in the winter, you would have seen quite a few Japanese schoolgirls and Japanese women who just walk around showing off their beautiful legs, wearing like a dress or a skirt, and that's it. And I'm just like bundled up with like a face mask and a beanie, looking like, you know, whatever. I don't care. At this point, fashion doesn't come first anymore. But I just admire how like Japanese women just always makes an effort. They always look amazing. Like, they would make sure their makeup and hair is done before they walk out the house. Whereas in Australia, like, if you go on the trains, then you see so many like business women just doing their makeup on the train. And then so when you walk into the train, it's like you see this lady without any makeup, and then when she walks out of the train, she looks like a completely different person. It's just funny how, you know, the cultures are so different. And I just learned so much during these past years in Japan. Like, I felt like living abroad has changed me and made me more mature, and I feel like I can tackle anything, well, in regards to like solo traveling, because, you know, I jumped that hurdle and I have experiences of living alone and navigating by myself in a foreign country. So if I could recommend it to you guys, I totally would. If you could drop everything behind and go, do it, because it's never too late. And, you know, if you're under 30, you could get a working holiday visa, which is the easiest visa to get, and it's the perfect visa for you to dip your foot in and see if you like it. So for me, having an Australian passport, it's amazing, because you can go to Japan on a working holiday visa for extra 6 months. So let's say if you're American, then you could only stay for a year, but because Australia has a great relationship with Japan, Aussies get an extra 6 months. So you just gotta apply again, and there you have it, a year and a half in Japan. You can just travel, you can work part-time, and you can just see if you like it that much to live here. I will be planning to stay in Tokyo indefinitely after I graduate. I'm definitely going to be filming my trip to Japan and also like just bits and pieces of my daily life, so hopefully I'll get that video up ASAP. But yeah, thank you so much for watching guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!